I think this game is kind of boring. I, you know, let's just start it off with some positives. Um, this game looks gorgeous. Like, wow. Like, I didn't even think about lighting as a important aspect to a 2D game, but lighting in this game is so, like, I don't know if it's done by hand or if it's like generated by some engine they have, but I think it's done by the artists. And I have to say, this is like, look at the lighting on the tree on the right. Like, it's just so beautiful. This game is so beautiful. I don't know what else to say. It's one of the it's the reason why I got the game, is because it's so gorgeous. I love the how it looks. Like, wow. And then when you play the game, like, you get some cool lightsaber sound effects, and then like these are cool sound effects. Like, it looks like, I'm gonna be real here. This might be one of my favorite looking games, like, ever. Like, I don't know. Like, I don't care. Like, I don't particularly like the character model. I think the top hat thing is a little weird, but other than that, it's so amazing to look at. It's just, I love the art design. Maybe not the character design, but it's just so gosh dang nice. Is this really like how all indie games are gonna look? I'm pretty sure not. I'm pretty sure this all comes down to which artist you have on staff. But my mother of goodness, this game looks gorgeous. Okay, so I played this game for like 2 hours or so, and I was asking myself, why aren't I having fun? Why is this not enjoyable? I love this game, how it looks, but why am I not enjoying myself? Like, I heard this game, talked about, like, it's similar to Zelda or something, and I was saying, like, why I love Zelda. Like, why aren't I having fun? The maps are so, it's reminiscent of something like Zelda. It's, you go through the map and you do dungeons and you get abilities to unlock other dungeons, and it's very similar to Zelda. It's very it just has that formula, and Zelda I love Zelda. It's so Zelda's one of my favorite series of all time. So how could this copy the formula of Zelda and be so boring? How could it be so unenjoyable? And then I played the game more and more, and then I realized, you know what? Let me show you. This is the gameplay. This is it. Like, this is the level of strategy I've used the entire time I played this game. I just hit and I hit and I hit, and that's all I have. Like, I have that hat that I could throw at people, but really, I've played this, like, I've beaten this game already, and it's not that long of a game. I think it took me like 8 hours or something. Probably but this is all I really did the entire game, is this. And then I thought back, like, Zelda, at least even in Zelda, you had a shield. You had something, you could at least block things. Like, later in this game, you get like a parry, but the parry is not very, like, useful, and you get it very, very late in the game. But in something like Zelda, like, even this bomb I have right here, I only mainly used it for puzzles. I rarely used it on enemies, like because all I ever needed to do was this. So even using the bombs wasn't even. It was kind of unnecessary. So in something like Zelda, you had a shield and a sword. So even in a game that's designed for children, um, it's it was more complex than this. Like Zelda gives you a sword and shield, and this game starts you off with just like a sword and top hat. But the thing is, a sword and shield just creates more. I mean, I wouldn't even say that, but it kind of it does create more gameplay variety. But really, Zelda created more gameplay variety through its through a lot of other things. So I don't even want to say Zelda was created. You know, was fun because of its sword and shield or whatever. Zelda was just fun because of its like creative level design and creature design and all these things. The way you approach dungeons was because of like an item, like you would get like a slingshot, and then it would change the way you approached an entire level. So there's a reason why Zelda's fun. Just great design all around. But in this game, it's like just in pure gameplay, all you have is you don't even have a block. Like, this game is more simple in terms of gameplay than Zelda. Like, how is that even possible? Again, that game's designed for children. I beat the game, and I only died once through doing a challenge tower too early. Like, something you didn't even need to do, as far as I can tell. I did it too early, and I died. And then I just came back later, and I beat it. Like, the game is so easy. I suck at games, FYI. I'm a terrible gamer. I'm like, I don't know. I'm just atrocious at video games. And I only died once, and all I do is this. Like, I don't, it's like, come on, guys. Like, gameplay is king. Like, I understand, like, the art style is so stunningly beautiful, but how do you play this game and be like, how do you play a game like a Souls game and say this is okay? Like, I hate to compare it to Souls, but like Souls revolutionized kind of gameplay in a fundamental way of creating simple combat that is intuitive, easy. It's just like amazing in every way. Like Souls games have a light attack and a heavy attack. That's already more complex in terms of game design than this. And again, it's Zelda is more complex than this, and Zelda's a kid's game. Like, I hate to keep bragging on the gameplay, but it truly is just mindless. It's boring. Like, when I play a game, I constantly, unless I'm playing a game like Destiny, I guess, I constantly want to think while I play. Like, the way I approach situations, the way I do things. Like, unless it's like a very... Okay, so let's look at a game like Destiny and whatever, like a looter shooter. Like, these type of games are fun through other means. They're not fun through its gameplay. I mean, Destiny is fun shooting. That is important. But the reason why those games are fun is through other means. Like, they don't need complex gameplay because you're getting your enjoyment through other means. And in this game, that's not really happening. There's not like crazy loot. There's not crazy levels. There's nothing super crazy. And I will give this game a plus by saying that the more I progress through the game, the more enjoyment I started to have, because since this is like a Zelda type game, I started to unlock new abilities. Not new abilities. I mean, I did get new abilities, but they didn't really do anything. But I just became more powerful. Like, my weapon started doing more damage. I was able to attack faster. I was able to, just do more damage. So I was able to like go to different places and like go backtrack and be like, feel how powerful I am, and started hitting everything and kill everything really quick. I had a bunch of hearts. I just felt like super powerful in this world by the end of it, and it was enjoyable. Like, I love games where I could easily see my progress, And by the end of this, I felt super powerful, and that was enjoyable. So I will give it to that. I'll give this game that it did let me have fun towards the end of the game because of the fact that it made me feel so powerful. But that's kind of it. Like that's where the enjoyment starts and ends. Is I was able to see myself progress and become more powerful. And yeah, the boss designs, you kill pretty much almost every single boss like this. Come on, like Zelda, you have to approach each boss like separate, like differently depending on the new mechanic that they introduce. In this game, you don't need to use new mechanics they introduce. You just need to use this. I'm not a game designer, but come on, guys, come on, you can do better than this. So yeah, this game is boring, and it took me a long time to figure out why it was, and it's the gameplay. Gameplay is king. That's what I believe, and this gameplay is not king right now. I'll tell you that right. No, not king. Not even a bishop. Not even, it's like a I don't know. It's like a serf or something. It's like a serf that just eats potatoes all day, like potato eating serf. Oh man, that wasn't a very good joke. I'm gonna end it there before I try to be funny in any other way.